Before this, Nick was like, I got to put on underwear.
Dude, I can't go commando in a podcast. It's just too distracting.
It lowers the quality, honestly.
I'm flapping around everywhere.
I was listening to an anime podcast the other day, and I could tell that they were all going commando, and I just couldn't listen to it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Anime Summit Podcast, and I'm back this week, yay! Your favorite host, Sam the Bomb. And, of course, with me always is Riding Nick.
Hand me my walnuts.
And Danny Vincent.
Danny Vincent, whoa. What am I?
Danny Vincent, you gotta put your finger and your thumb together like an Italian.
Like an Italian?
Well, Danny is Italian.
I am.
Danny,
Well,
you have
no,
hairy
I'm
forearms?
only half Italian.
Do you have hairy forearms?
They're
'Cause
not
that's what
super
Italians
hairy.
have.
Because that's what
No.
Italians have.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm only half Italian, so
Are you like half Italian and half whitey?
What's the other half?
the other half is
The other half is
German,
Crazy
German, and like a little bit of Irish.
Anyway, today we're doing another anniversary spotlight. We're covering Riding Bean, OVA from the 80s, 1989 to be exact. It's 20 years old this year.
30 some.
It's 30 years
Do your
old
math.
this year.
God.
L2 math.
It feels like 20, am I right, Sam?
I still feel like yesterday was like
God.
2012. Like I'm all fucked up. I don't know how to be an adult properly. My days are melting together. My years are melting together.
I know even less. So I'm a better kid than you.
I'm a better kid than you. Dude, famous. It's done by Kenichi Sonoda, who's famous for doing Gunsmith Cats, probably their most popular work. Gunsmith Cats is actually a spin-off of Bean Bandit or Riding Bean. So, like, you know, it's got that nice 90s anime style. Like,
He also did the Bubblegum Crisis character design and some Golf Force, bunch of shit.
yeah. So, like, I don't know about you guys, but normally when I'm referencing, like, 90s anime art style, this is who I think of. This is the guy. I think of this and the guy who did, I think of Masamune Shiro, like...
Oh, he did Otaku no Video, too,
Yeah.
the character design.
Yeah. And I think of Appleseed, Masamune Shiro's Appleseed, and the original like Ghost in the Shell manga. That's what I think of when I think of like 80s and 90s, late 80s, 90s
Yeah,
anime.
large-chinned women.
Enlarged chin women's.
They're on that Jay Leno diet.
Jay Leno diet. But yeah, I watched the dub, and it was hilarious. The sound design was terrible, but oh my god, dude. It was really cool.
Because they didn't get the... Because, like, when you do a dub, you have to get the materials to do the... You know, you get, like, the background noises and the music, and you got to add in the dub on top of that.
Right.
And apparently they, like, did it wrong or something.
They completely did it wrong. Everything was just so out of whack.
It was.
But this was an Animigo release, the dub. It was their first dub.
Well, they did absolutely terrible.
Yeah. So we'll get into that, but real quick.
It was campy, Danny, not terrible. Campy.
It's a buddy cop movie. We're gonna take a quick break right here. All right. Booyah Shaka. Check that out for me, would you? And also, links.animesummit.net. You know what it is. All the links are right
Let me
there.
get my pitch in. I got to get my sponsor. Welcome to... Where's my fucking shit?
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm on the wrong page.
Okay, I'm just gonna cut all this out. Like this.
My sponsor... Audible. You like listening to podcasts? Well, how about
we
books?
don't have an Audible sponsor.
You want to be a smart learner?
We don't have any
Get
of that.
Audible.
We don't have any of that.
You apply today, you get one free book.
Okay, we're not gonna do that.
Promo code Summit.
Nope.
So I'm just cut all this out.
I'm just gonna leave it all in so people know what we have to deal with on a weekly basis.
I went with a little southern accent that time. It's more trustworthy.
I liked it better when we were doing Sherry's Berries.
Yeah, same.
Sherry's berries.
Go back to doing Sherry's Berries. Links.animesummit.net though. Okay, you can find a link to
Coincidentally, the
Sherry's
color
Berries in there,
of
too.
the Roadbuster.
And we also got a
Very colored.
Patreon now. We don't have any full tiers right now. We just have a $1 tier as like eternal gratitude and thank you, like a tip jar kind of. But we're coming up with stuff right now. I'm making a bunch of stuff right now for things to give us gifts and all that good nonsense. And shout out to the new patron, Senekit, a.k.a. Lord of the Feet. They are awesome.
Why are they Lord of the
See,
Feet?
this is another reason you need to be on the Discord more, because it's like
Listen.
it's like an inside joke that Sen is like really into foot fetish. Like they're a huge foot fetishist, and they're really into feet. So they're always posting in
Well,
Pronzor's like feet stuff.
We even have the
Okay.
foot emoji.
Yeah, the
with
foot. Yeah.
smiley sucking
Yeah,
on the
Nick
foot.
found the foot emoji.
Someone else found it. I didn't find it, but yeah,
Oh, okay. I thought you were the one who added it.
I think I did, but like I didn't find it.
Yeah, someone else had
I just
it.
stole
Okay,
it.
yeah, that's like the thing. But no, Sen is super into feet, so it's hot. Foot job. Let me get a.
Whether it's a meme or not, doesn't matter.
Doesn't
It's
matter.
so funny.
It's the same. It's on the same level of inside jokes as like Danny hating Cheetos and things like that.
That's because of you.
Tight stomachs. Hey,
I love tight stomachs.
I love Cheetos, so back off.
Sen loves feet.
I'd appreciate it if you eased up on my back about it. Okay, here we go.
We'll send for all of our $1 patrons. We'll send pictures of our feet
Autographed.
with our foot. It's a foot autograph.
Yeah, we're gonna
have to
autograph
write
it
it with
with
your
our foot.
Yeah.
And have you seen some of those people, the ambidextrous feet writer people? Holy crap! Anyway,
No, I'm not kidding. By the way, like if you're a $1 patron, you get feet pics.
should we do that for real?
Stay
Dude,
tuned.
add us on Twitter.
I'd be so down.
I will legit do that. I'm gonna have Trisha.
That's fucking weird. Let's not
I-
actually do that.
Follow us on Twitter, and then
My feet are gross looking.
Send us a foot emoji.
has to be
if
it
you-
has to be
if you-
consensual. We won't do it unless you want us to. But yeah,
Yeah.
like we're not gonna just send you pictures of our feet.
Although I did blackmail Sen with a picture of my foot, not actual blackmail. She's like, if you want to join my Egg Boy server, you have to post a foot picture.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you asked for it. And I posted the picture of my wart toe.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Ew.
I'm gonna have Trisha give me a petty first.
But now I got Egg Boys, so it's all good. It was worth it.
Gudetama, yeah. Shout out to Gudetama. So shout out to
Those are the
Senekit
best
for that.
emojis.
Thank you so much for that $3 pledge. I appreciate that so much. We love you. So let's get into it. Riding Bean, Waifu and his bando. Waifu obviously is the character opposite of Bandit Bean. His female partner, Rally Vincent. I've seen in other places that her name is also Irene Vincent. I don't know why that is.
Also Larry, because they can't pronounce it in Japanese, so they call her Rally.
Oh yeah, okay. I didn't. Oh yeah, I think I saw that too. Actually, yeah.
Who the hell would be named Larry as a woman? That makes no sense. But I think Rally's a great name.
Yeah, Rally's kind of. It was kind of a sick name. I was like, oh, it's.
I'm naming my daughter Rally if I
Sick
ever
name,
have kids
bruh.
or make eye contact with a female enough to get married. Dude, I named my kids after the show Bean and Rally.
Bean and Rally.
Oh my god.
Get over here, Bean.
Bean, come here. Did you fucking knock this over?
Moon? What was the guy's name? Moon Unit.
Moon Unit, dude.
Bean, Moon
The name
Unit.
of that AO episode is Moon Unit and Forrest Whitaker. Because Danny said Forrest Whitaker instead of Forrest Whitaker.
Shut up.
James Camry is
James Cameron's directing
he's
the
gonna
new
direct a
Forrest
new one.
Whitaker film.
yeah.
I hate you
And
guys.
his bando is
Fuck you
obviously
guys.
Bean Bandit, or Bandit Bean. The
The Chin of Steel.
Chin of Steel getaway driver, superhuman, awesome, amazing driver. Freaking,
Baby Driver, more like baby back bitch.
hell yeah, dude.
Riding Bean is the original Baby Driver.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
For real.
Hell yeah. Hell. Anyway, I freaking love this OVA. I think it's great. It felt nostalgic to watch it again.
Hell yeah, dude.
But let's.
They got that glossy 80s animation plus the music.
Yeah,
From what is it?
Phil
Phil
Perry.
Phil Perry.
Yeah, dude.
Classic.
It's so cool. But let's give a little information here. The studio AIC or Art Mike was directed by Yasuo Hasegawa. They directed a bunch of stuff. Produced. There are a lot of producers on stuff. Blue Gender.
But really, it was Kenichi Sonoda, right? Who like did everything.
Yeah,
storyboarded it or something.
He storyboarded it, wrote the screenplay. He created the characters. He's the creator of the Gunsmith Cats universe and all that stuff. Yasuo Hasegawa, really just did the directing job on it. But I
mean,
the director. He's done a lot of producing.
They probably wear a lot of hats, right?
But
so he probably just kind of like told them what to do. He's like, do the storyboard. Work harder, animators.
Written and created, storyboarded by Kenichi Sonoda, the creator of the character Bean Bandit and Gunsmith Cats and Irene and all them, or Rally and all them. He's the original character creator for Golf Force also. He's done the character design for Bubblegum Crisis. Nick said all that already. But yeah, he's done a lot of awesome stuff. A lot of cool 90s, late 80s stuff. The English licensor and distributor originally was Anamigo, as Nick said earlier. And they did Bubblegum Crisis OVA, the original, not Tokyo 2040, but the OVA before that. Oh my God,
the one you made us watch was not as good as the OVA.
Yeah, it's true.
Because I watched the OVA afterward, and I'm like, wow, this is a lot better.
Haterade.
Yeah.
Anamigo also do like Japanese movies and stuff. They've done like Zatoichi, it's a samurai film, and
are they still around?
you know what? I don't think they are anymore.
They were around until at least the mid-late 2000s. I know that.
Yeah. Yep.
They did a lot of the stuff from the 80s and earlier.
Yeah, I don't believe they're
like
around
Ursa
anymore.
Yatsura, Crusher Joe.
It doesn't say anything on their Wikipedia page.
It does not say. Yeah.
I mean, they might like exist in name, but yeah, they did Kimaguri, Orange Road. They did a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and then so now you can find Riding Bean on Blu-ray. Currently being distributed by Bandai Visual. That happened in 2008. And also, you can watch it on VRV. I made a VRV account. You can make a free account, right? Obviously, there's premium, so you get other channels and stuff like that. But I just made a regular.
Did Bandai go out of business too?
No, Bandai
or was
Visual.
That the other one?
No, I think they're still around.
What was the other one? There was something else. Okay, this is the one that distributed other stuff. That like they overpriced every DVD, so they went out of business.
Oh, for America?
I don't know if it was Bandai. It might have been somebody else.
Aniplex or Starchild?
No. Aniplex is still around.
Oh, that's right. Well, I don't know. When you think of it, though, let me know. But yeah, I just made like a VRV account, and I had to watch it with ads. I had an ad blocker running, but it only worked on a couple of them. I still had to watch ads like other times during watching it, but yeah, it's not that bad. I also did rewatch Gunsmith Cats. I watched it a long time ago as a kid on VHS, but I rewatched it again just to like make sure there wasn't anything I was missing. You're really not missing anything. Gunsmith Cats is technically a spin-off of Riding Bean, and Riding Bean takes place before Rally became part of the Gunsmith Cats. So yeah, there you go. There's the information for you right there. Nick, if you want to give a basic breakdown of the premise.
Well, shit, dude. It's like what is it? Starsky and Hutch? What's the one with the
Starsky and Hutch?
The guy and the girl in the car? No, that's a different one. That's Bonnie and Clyde. There we go. Bonnie and Clyde. Kind of that style, 80s cop drama, action, car chase, anime. That's what Riding Bean is. The basic premise is there's a girl who is kidnapped, and she's like the mayor's daughter, and they got to save her. But then it's like they were also set up at the same time, and some shit goes down. That's about it.
Yeah, they rigged the kidnapping.
45-minute OVA.
They rigged the kidnapping to frame Bean and his business and shit, so that they can get away with $2 million.
The Zenigata knockoff
Percy
cop.
Yeah,
yeah, he's trying to he's trying to catch Bean. He's obsessed. He's got his Cobra vehicle that he loves.
Yeah.
Chasing down the Roadbuster. That's Bean's red car with the sideways wheels, like what is it, Knight Rider? What's the
Knight Rider.
What's the car that talks?
Knight Rider.
That's what that one is.
Yeah.
yeah,
Knight
yeah, yeah.
Rider.
Kit.
Kind of similar to that, except it's red.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
kind
Kit, there
of
we
based
go.
off of Mustang.
Yeah, Riding Bean kind of just stole a lot of 80s action tropes. Because he kind of looks, he's like the Terminator and Rambo combined together.
Basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
He's like literally invincible.
There's not a better analogy to describe him than that. Yeah, like 100%.
It's as if Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger had a baby. You would get Bean Bandit.
Except he's not.
Yeah, and that baby popped out chewing walnuts
chewing walnuts.
and drinking coffee straight from the pot.
Yeah. That was a little weird.
That's how his jaw's so big.
But it's really cool. Like it totally is that perfect buddy cop, like 80s cop movie noir, like Beverly Hills Cop. You know, like I was totally waiting for them to play Axel F. Like,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Wow, Danny, you're way off there.
Whatever.
Not quite my tempo, Danny.
And then another.
Peter Griffin style.
Yeah, Peter Griffin. But yeah, dude, it was awesome. It was awesome. It was super cool.
Yeah, this is a great like intro anime. If you want to show somebody anime, show them Riding Bean.
It really
Good
is.
place to start.
It's like a perfect,
Phenomenal animation, easy premise. It's really dumb.
easy to
You
follow.
don't have to think about it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, like it paces fine. You know, like it's perfectly. It's just an easy story to follow. Got enough action. Got enough.
It's short. It's not like you want to start with anime. Try Hunter x Hunter. 140 episodes.
Hunter.
No. 45 minutes. Done. And it's not pretentious like
Riding
Ghibli.
Bean
Just kidding.
is it's just one episode and it's only like 45 minutes long, so
Yeah.
it's a good intro for people whether they want to enter the rabbit hole or not.
That sounded a little rapey, Danny.
Enter the
It's
rabbit
good
hole.
anime. Whether you want it or not, you're watching Riding Bean.
Also, too, like there's a lot of people out there who like can't bring themselves to watch older anime because they think the animation is like.
Dude, this looks way better than new anime.
This is a perfect anime to introduce you to that kind of animation if you want to like go that route. You know, what I mean?
Any 80s OVA looks like 10 times better than any TV anime. Well, any OVA really, but especially from the
I
80s
think-
because they just had an infinite budget.
I think my favorite OVA from the late 80s, early 90s would have to be Golden Boy.
That was mid 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, Golden Boy is
Nice
good.
sense of time, Danny.
Still,
I'm just kidding.
it's
Because mid 90s was a second age. That was the dawn of the new
The
age,
dawn of the new age.
which is literally the title for Evangelion.
Dawn of the new age.
Because in the early 90s they had the economic downturn that like screwed everybody over.
Oh, now we're getting into economy like shit. Oh,
my goodness.
Yeah,
Oh,
95 was when it started to bounce back a little bit in terms of anime. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying. I know, I agree.
Except
with
for
you.
like sequels and stuff, like Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon were going on, but
Right. No, I agree.
there was like
with
2
you.
shows a season.
I agree with you. But like speaking of the animation though, like I kind of agree with Nick a little bit there. Like the car chase scene when they're chasing the
Dude,
truck.
these car chases are insane.
And the guys like throwing the bad guys are throwing grenades out the window in front of their car. They was like, oh, hit the brakes. So then they back up. So the explosion's like, you know.
Dude, and this was all hand drawn. This is 100%
It's-
cell
yeah.
animation.
Yep.
They didn't have any. I mean, maybe they did have the computer technology technically, but like I don't think they used it in this.
Yeah.
least
Other
not
than
really,
to
not like
other
CG
than to
style.
other than to scan in the cells and piece them together.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think there was. Yeah, any digital animation involved at all. This is a 19.
Because it did exist back then. It was just like very crude.
Very
so.
crude and not fully. Yeah, this is 1989, so you know. But dude, hell yeah, dude. God, it was so sick. I love it, and I love that Bean. He's the character. He's that typical trope. Like he's just a getaway driver. He's like, get the job done, go, get paid. But then the plot, you know, of the girl getting kidnapped and them getting framed for it. He's got like a soft spot for kids, and you know he's kind of
Not
like
that kind of soft spot though, if you know what I'm
no,
saying.
yeah, no, not like that. Sorry,
Not the Quokka soft.
but it's kind of like shots
Oh
fired.
my god.
Shit. No, but like kind of like Leon the Professional. Leon the Professional, you know?
Oh, dude, that was a
I
great
love
movie.
He
that
comes in
movie.
and he just like murks 5 guys really quick and quietly and he goes, "No women, no kids." Like it's just like that's what Bean is. He's just like, dude, I hate it when kids are involved. Like you should never involve kids in this shit. Like fuck y'all, right?
The vigilante with a heart of gold.
Right.
Or wait, the bad guy with a heart of gold. Anyway.
Because all he really cares about is getting paid. But then like when kids are involved, he's like, ah shit. You know, like he's like,
yeah,
fuck.
he's like,
too
he's
old for
like,
this
God
shit."
damn it. He's like, God damn it, I have to be a good person.
No women,
now.
no kids. I'm gonna see if I can find that sound effect and sample it in here.
No women, no kids.
But yeah, like freaking, it's awesome. It's awesome. And then the whole movie is based around this job because originally they were told or hired to bring the daughter back to safety. And then when they get there, they're like, okay, something's not right. This is fishy. We're all getting shot at and
Pretty
shit.
much got framed.
Yeah. And then Riley Vincent, his partner, is just like an expert marksman, knows a lot about guns and all that stuff. Like they show their shit at the end, like shooting the dude and everything. And she's like pro as shit. She knows like and watching Gunsmith Cats, that's very apparent because Gunsmith Cats is like a gun shop and she runs it. So it's like super sick. And then like Bean, right? Like they were saying earlier, like what Danny and Nick were saying earlier, is like the Terminator, but like his leather jacket is made of like Kevlar. And his
So is his headband.
yeah, his headband
Yeah,
apparently is
his
bulletproof
headband.
also. But like he's also just unbelievably strong. Like he fucking tackles a car.
He's like Baki, basically.
He's basically
He's just
yeah.
overpowered as fuck.
He fucking
He rips his hand through a car door.
Okay, so that's a perfect segue to talk about the dub and the sound design. What Nick said,
my God.
ripping the car door, because when he rips the car door, there's that Hollywood explosion sound, the like
Yeah.
it's just like why did you put that as the door ripping sound?
Why not, dude? When in doubt, use an explosion.
I'm gonna insert the sound right here. That one. That's the sound that they use. That he rips the fucking car door.
Oh my God.
And even like when they're doing the truck chase, when they're chasing the truck with the bad guys in it, there's a car in the truck, in the cargo that the bad guys escape out of. And
Oh,
when
that's
when
right,
the doors
yeah.
bust open and the car jumps out, it also makes that explosion
It
sound.
does the same exact yeah.
And then
so
they use the
stupid.
same sound later for like grenades exploding, and it's like,
But that's just the dub, though. The sub was fine.
yeah, I don't think because like Nick said earlier, they're given the sound effects and materials, and they clearly did not follow the guidelines.
Either they did, they didn't use them right, or maybe they didn't have everything. It's always a shit show, like when
They
these
really
companies
did
are
not
trying to dub a
use
show.
it
Like,
right.
Yeah.
it's hard to do though. It's not like automatic. Like you got to do it right, or otherwise it's bad. So
Well, nowadays, right? They just put the audio for the sound effects on a separate layer and the voices on a separate layer. So now they can just send the anime with the sound effects, and then you add your own dub, right? Like I think that's how they do it now. I would imagine that's how they do it now, because doing it the way they did this way was, although it was hilarious, really ridiculous. like,
yeah.
but
So absurd.
but
On
yeah.
the one hand, though, in the sub, it has like that typical like tinny sounding 80s, like they're far away sounding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like whenever you watch old anime, it's like it's like
It
almost sounds
clear
far away.
and it's clear and crisp, modern voice acting.
Yeah.
But
For the English.
back then, nowadays they sound like this, but in the 80s they sounded like this.
No, for real. There was actually a scene where Percy walks in the chief of police's office because he calls him in there, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking get the roadbuster guy," and then the chief of police voices way the fuck over here, like it's
Yeah,
really
it's like
quiet.
super far away.
It's
It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And
Why
then
are you all the way over
So the-
there?
so-
Why-
so the convo goes like this. He's like, "I'm gonna get the roadbusters." Okay, but I told you to calm down. No, fuck you. Oh, fuck you. Like it was literally like that. It was terrible, but it was also hilarious.
Well, I was
It
talking
was
about
so
the
hilarious,
Japanese
though.
subs too. So like it sounds like that classy, like messy sounding, voicing.
Yeah, not-
it's like really good voice actors, but like the equipment they used wasn't for whatever reason it didn't like blend well. I don't know why, but
Right, and
because they had technology back then to do it, but like for whatever reason, old anime sounds a little bit off.
maybe they thought because it like took place outside a lot. You know, I don't know.
I don't know. No, I mean no, because every
Oh,
old
you're just saying
anime
in
sounds
general.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
The voices, yeah,
Okay, that makes sense.
in the Japanese sub, like you know, like Gunbuster, right?
Yeah,
kinda sounded like
you're
that.
Right. Yep.
Where like their voices, they don't sound like they're right next to you, because new anime sounds, they're like they sound like they're in the same room as you.
It's more edited and
It almost sounds like they're behind like a glass sheet or something.
soundproof, edited and everything, and or recorded and everything. Yeah, yeah. I get you.
But that makes it better. It makes it campy. I love
Makes it campy. The whole movie.
That's how you know it's old.
The whole
and
movie
therefore
itself
good.
was campy. It's like a buddy cop, kind of. Even though they're not cops, Bean and Vincent aren't cops, but like
like vigilantes, Robin Hood.
they're getaway drivers or whatever. Or they, but like I love that too. I love that campiness about it because even the music, like made it work like that. Like there was a lot of 80s stadium pop rock and soul pop bands in it. Like Nick said earlier, Phil Perry did the opening theme and ending theme. And I think he also did like a cover of like to describe the kind of music it is. I think he did a cover of "Ain't No Mountain High Enough" and it sold a lot. Like,
didn't he do like a Disney movie too or something?
I'm fairly certain he did. Like I would not.
Like Goofy or something.
Oh no, that was Tevin Campbell, and he did the Goofy movie. Oh, he did Bebe's Kids, which is an animated movie but it's not a Disney one. But he did Bebe's Kids, which is a pretty funny movie. But he has done music for movies for sure. He's still alive doing stuff, but he's been recognized as some of the top vocal for jazz. But anyway, like the music though, it's like that 80s, early 90s like noir stadium rock, and it's really awesome. I love it. It's freaking really campy. Like I said, like if you've ever seen the movie Beverly Hills Cop with, that movie was more serious. But like if you've ever seen Beverly Hills Cop with Eddie Murphy, it's like that. It's almost kind of parody. Like apparently, Kenichi Sonoda was like, he's obsessed with that stuff. He loves that stuff, like Lethal Weapon, and those.
Well, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, and he's also a gun fanatic, not like the kind of way like the most Americans are, but like the kind of way he just likes
a gun otaku.
Yeah, he has a lot of he has a collection of replicas, like non-working
He's
replicas.
He's like the programmer in New Game.
Yeah, exactly.
What's her name? Yeah, anyway.
But
But the question is, does he sleep under his desk with his panties showing?
I don't think so. Do you?
I mean, sometimes
Sometimes
you know,
you have.
when the
Sometimes
mood
you
strikes.
have to. Before this, Nick was like, I got to put on underwear.
Dude, I can't go commando in a podcast. It's just too
It
distracting.
lowers the quality. Honestly,
I'm flapping around everywhere.
I was listening
It's
to
bad.
an anime podcast the other day, and I could tell that they were all going commando, and I just couldn't listen to it.
Yeah, you can tell.
You can tell,
You
dude.
can hear the ball scratching.
Yeah.
a little bit.
but yeah, anyway, he has like a lot of replica guns and stuff, which is super apparent. Like every weapon you see in Riding Bean or Gunsmith Cats rather is an actual weapon, an actual gun, which is hilarious because most animes, they don't they have exaggerated weapons nowadays, or the gun's not like a real gun or whatever. But also, which we should have mentioned earlier, Riding Bean and Gunsmith Cats, it takes place in Chicago. So, they have all American guns and things like that. Or guns, also German guns and things like that are famous here in America. So that's another thing. I think he wanted to keep it real, which is also awesome because...
Well, they kept it real, but they had mountains in Chicago, didn't they? It's like, what?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The classic mountain of Chicago.
The classic mountain. The Grimwood guy, the guy whose daughter got kidnapped, he lived in like a really fancy ass mansion, like in the woods, some shit. But like, yeah, dude, it was cool. Which is also cool because the musician who did the opening ending, Phil Perry, is also from Chicago, or he's from Illinois. So that's awesome. But it's cool, man. I really like. I'm a fan of that campy shit. I'm a fan. I'm especially a big fan of like Lethal Weapon and those movies and Beverly Hills Cop. Also, So I was just having fun watching it. If anything, even if you're not into like, if you're one of those people who can't get into like 80s and 90s anime because of whatever your problem is, you should just watch this at least.
Because you're a filthy Gen Z. You're a Zoomer.
You're a Zoomer.
That's what they're called.
Filthy Gen Z. You filthy Zoomer. But yeah, I like it. But what did you guys think? Sorry, I was talking for a while.
Yeah, going back to just how like goofy and campy this is. So like the first scene of the show with Bean, well, not the first one. One of the first ones where Bean is in his apartment and he's sleeping and Rally comes over to wake him up and she fucking first thing she does is she's like, Bean, wake up. She takes out a stun gun and just zaps him in the neck.
Yeah, and he gets up like, what? And then he goes back to sleep. Like,
yeah. And then, she's like, okay, plan B. She pulls out a frying pan with eggs on it, sunny side up, and just puts the hot frying pan on his face.
Yeah.
To wake him up. And it's like, wow, this dude is indestructible. You can't get away with that stuff in real life, but in anime, it's funny. You know, it's realistic.
In buddy cop anime movies or shows, it's fine, dude. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. It would almost be too goofy if you use it in real life, but it works in anime.
Like, yeah,
and then, like, at breakfast, he's just eating a whole pineapple with the rind.
Yeah, he cuts it in thirds and then holds it by
he cuts it in half.
Yeah, in half. And holds it by the leaves on the top and just eats it with the fucking rind on it.
Yeah, like Donkey Kong style or something. He's just like... And then he guzzles a whole pot of coffee.
And there's no...
From the pot.
There's no mark on his face from the pan. The frying pan.
Oh, no, because he heals very fast. You know, he's Bean,
He's
dude.
Bean, dude. Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter. Don't worry about it. I want to see more of that.
He's literally... he's Sergio Oliva, dude. He's fucking Biscuit Oliva from Baki, you know? He just flexes it out. Dude, Tom, you gotta read Baki and watch it. You would fucking love that shit.
My friend is watching it. My friend JP is watching it right now. And he was like, dude, this anime's sick. Like,
dude, the anime is great, but the manga is like insane. You will crap your pants.
I saw
it's so fucking
a scene
good.
from the manga where one guy went inside of a dude and crawled out of his mouth and killed him. And he was like, that's how you die, fuck you. Like, he was fucking like, what the fuck?
Well, one guy can like vacuum seal his hand and like put it on your body, and he put it on a guy's face and his intestines shot out through his ear. It's like, what the fuck?
Is that
dude?
Is that even possible? Like, probably not.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That you gotta watch Baki. You gotta watch JoJo and read JoJo. All this crazy shit is like pinnacle anime. Riding Bean is up there as well. It's a little more down to earth, but also unrealistic and fun.
So, Danny, what do you think?
Ultra manly.
What do you think? Me and Nick were talking for a while. What do you think?
Literally, it's just your typical. When I see this type of thing, it just reminds me of Beverly Hill Cops, except it's based in Chicago.
Anime Chicago with mountains.
Yeah. No, yeah, it made me really happy to see something like this, especially watching so much like modern day, like today, anime that's out now, and you can just definitely tell that you can appreciate the 90s and the early 80s, well, the late 80s of anime, because that's where the pinnacle time, it just evolved.
Right. I know for me, whenever I'm referencing 90s anime, I always think of this style, or I think of Masamune Shirow.
Yeah.
You know, like Appleseed and all that stuff,
For sure.
which we should fucking review soon. I love Appleseed, but
And like it's very like ruggedy and not like choppy. It's not like terrible, but it's a good age. You know, because like you said, everything it was hand drawn. It wasn't like
it had that
computerized.
gritty energy.
yeah.
Like Tangela, the Pokemon.
Like Tingle.
Or the new Tangela, whatever it is. Blobula. That's its name.
Wooloo. Shout out to Wooloo.
Oh, dude, that's not even gritty. That's just goat.
The goat's goat. But no, I agree with you. There's something about anime from that time, especially these OVAs like like this one, Gunsmith Cats, Appleseed,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
the
Appleseed.
older Palabors, you know, like they have. You're not gonna get that.
It's just that classic feel,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You're not gonna
Yeah.
get that watching even like animes that came out later in the '90s, like, you know, the My Dear Marie OVA or Generator Gall. That's another one that has like that
Golden Boy.
Golden Boy.
Oh God, Golden Boy.
Golden Boy is a masterpiece.
Golden Boy, which we talk about often on here.
It has an
'cause we
8 on Mal, which is pretty high.
should have a 10 out of 10.
It should, but like for Mal, like the older shows to have over an 8 is actually like really high because a lot of the older stuff has a low score.
That's what I'm okay. Let me ask you guys this, okay? Because that's what I'm saying. Because like I mentioned earlier, right? There's a lot of people who can't bring themselves to watch animes like these because they're all like, I can't handle the style and how old it looks and whatever. And I got the guy, and I'm gonna call him out right now. The guy who I did the Cards in Hand live cast show with, he's that way. And I always tell him
old anime looks ugly.
he won't watch Evangelion because of it.
What?
And I'm like, he's like, I'll watch the rebuild movies, but I'm not gonna watch. I'm like, no, they're totally different.
Oh God, blasphemy, blasphemy! I still haven't watched the rebuilds. I can't bring myself to do it.
Yeah, you're too much of a purist. You're too much of a bitch. But no, like he's one of those guys.
In the words of Anime Snob, retro anime always wins.
His name is Joel. Shout out to Joel. Shout out to AK Matchstick Man. But fuck him.
Shout out to the Anime Snob.
But fuck him. That's what he does. And it's just like, man. But like, and in the same breath, he'll praise like Don Bluth animation, and things like Five Goes West and Land Before Time and all that, which is like I get, but it's like, come on, why are you bitch right now? Why are you being a punk bitch?
Why you gotta be a little bitch?
Why are you being a punk bitch right now? But no, I love Joel. Seriously, he's awesome. But why are you being a punk bitch right now? Punk ass, World of Warcraft playing looking ass motherfucker. Anyway, I just
looking motherfucker.
all I'm saying is that I'm glad that I do an anime podcast with two people who can appreciate that and get
Hell yeah.
enjoyment out of it, because
Yeah.
We out here.
there's just so many bitches out here. We are the non-bitches among many bitches, to the point where we call in everything that we don't like bitches. Root beer, bitch. I hate root beer.
Wait, what?
Wait.
Blasphemy.
Whoa.
Root beer?
Whoa. Hold the phone.
All right, Nick and Danny root beer cast coming up.
Nick and Danny and that root beer.
What's your root beer power?
I'm gonna do
Danny?
I'm gonna do
God.
an opinion piece on this week's newscast about root beer. It's like not even anime related. Here's why root beer sucks. But no, like, you know what I'm saying? There's bitches out here. There's too many bitches out here. But anyway, that's the kind of charm. Riding Bean is the perfect anime to highlight all the things that we love about that style of animation and art style as well. You know what I mean? So like explosions,
sure,
car
dude.
chases, action. You know, you see it all. You see all that cool stuff. Now imagine
Got that 80s gloss.
Imagine watching Big Robot anime in that fucking style, dude. Like the fucking Kanada style animation with all the missiles and like
Nut.
Robotech, like or Macross, the newer Macross ones by US Manga. Whew.
I still say the best one's Giant Robo. That one just looked incredible. But yeah,
Fucking
this is a Riding Bean podcast. We should probably talk
save
more
it for
about
the Riding Bean, or save it for the.
I mean,
Giant Robo.
we're close to done. Like, you know, look, man.
Does that, yeah.
What was Fuck.
Yeah, someone.
Okay. What was your favorite scene? I guess there you go.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk
go
about
with
my
that.
favorite
Yeah,
scene.
yeah.
Is him pulling off the door with the explosion.
With his bare hands. He just stabs his fingers through the door and rips it off its hinges.
He puts his left hand through the window, grabs the door from the bottom of the window, stabs his right hand in the middle of the door below that, and pulls it off, and it makes an explosion noise.
I don't know why I need to go through the window. He just ripped it off its full fucking hinges, dude.
No, I'm just saying that's where he grabbed it with his left hand.
I know. I'm just saying, like,
I would have just lifted the whole.
Need to.
Man, if you're Bean, I would have. If I was Bean, I would have just lifted the whole car up and threw it at that bitch.
He basically did earlier.
Yeah, he tackled. Because she was trying to. The bad guy or the bad chick was trying to run him over, and he tackles it straight on, and lifts it up because it's front wheel drive, and they both start laughing because she's like, "Fuck."
Yeah, there was the. She was the one who set him up. The woman.
Don't spoil it.
Oh no, I'm gonna spoil.
But
this
that's part of the
30-year-old
basic
anime.
premise is that they got set up. Yeah.
It's not about the plot though. It's not. I mean, you can tell right away that they're getting set up within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's just how they resolve it is the thing, But like my favorite scene before that though is when he's walking towards that car first. He throws the knife at her in that car so hard that the door on the other the knife went through the door on the other side and broke that door off.
That's a strong knife.
Yeah. It's a strong knife and he threw it like a champ. That's why.
It's made out of unobtainium.
I want Mythbusters to recreate that.
God.
Can we do this?
Well, if we shoot it out of a cannon.
Well, they would have to recreate
force equals mass times acceleration. How fast does it have to go?
They would have to recreate his monster strength, so they would have to probably build like a fucking knife cannon thing.
They would just build like a single arm, and it would throw it at like 200 miles an hour.
It'd be like a robot arm that that flex.
Well, they would have to see, like a regular human being throw a knife, see how fast that goes.
Get Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. The Danny Trejo test. Would he fit in Riding Bean?
Dude, I would live action Riding Bean
always
movie,
yes.
and Danny Trejo's the bad guy. I'm in.
Oh my gosh.
It's not.
Who would be Bean? Like Channing Tatum or something?
No, dude, it'd be Keanu Reeves.
Oh gosh.
It could be. That's true. No, but he's already John Wick though.
But that's why he. Yeah, actually, John Wick's a little too serious. Riding Bean is more.
Dude, Channing Tatum's got that chin.
Yeah, Bean is more. He's a little
Channing
more silly.
Channing Tatum also has like the personality for being.
Yeah, he could pull off the dumb
comedy.
guy.
Yeah, like he can pull off the comedy part.
And he's got comedy and action experience, so it's okay.
Yeah.
21 Jump Street.
Plus, he has the body for it too. So.
He's got the bulked up dad bod.
Yeah, the bulked up dad bod. He's
now who'd be the little lolly? That's the question.
He's the dad where you go home to with your friends, and all your friends are like, "Oh my god, your dad's so hunky." And it's like, "Oh, shut the fuck up, it's my dad."
Who would be Vincent?
Or who'd be Rally?
Vincent? You mean Rally?
Yeah,
Rally
Rally.
Vincent.
No, they call her Rally. Her name's not Vincent. It's Rally. Let's get this
her
straight.
last name is Vincent.
Nobody gives a shit
Vincent.
about her last name, Danny. She's gonna get married to me anyway.
She's gonna get married.
You'll have to talk to her first.
Rally Stoner. I'm
I gotta
not.
make
I'm
eye
not into
contact,
it.
but
I'm not
we'll get
feeling
there.
You have to make eye contact.
I'm not feeling that canon. That head canon. No, who would play Rally, dude? I don't. You know what?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
ScarJo.
Who's live action? God damn it, that's like a
no,
meme now.
that's like typical.
She's a meme for everything. She's too serious. She's not funny.
That's true.
I could totally picture
J-Law.
Emma Stone.
Ooh.
Maybe her voice is pretty deep though.
Yeah, but she has the comedy for it.
Ooh, Aubrey Plaza maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see Aubrey Plaza.
I mean, Jennifer Lawrence could do anything really, so that'd be funny.
Jennifer Lawrence, I feel like, was probably the best answer so far. Or
There's probably like an unnamed actor that we don't know about.
Jennifer Lawrence would be a pretty good pick too. She's pretty funny.
Dude,
that's what I said.
we should do whole topics on this, like pick an anime and like cast a live action version of that anime.
I'm down.
We should do topics like that. Anyway, that's what
I'm saying, dude. What was Danny's favorite scene though?
Oh yeah, Danny, what was your favorite scene?
I would have to say when they got the little girl in their car and all like the driving scenes was happening and she's still knocked out in the car.
Just ragdolling.
She was cute.
and
Bean's like, I'll have 30 steaks. I'll have a pudding.
Yeah.
30 ribs.
Yeah, 30
In the dub,
ribs.
at least, it was 30 ribs.
30.
30 ribs.
God damn.
Because a drive-in has ribs.
Yeah, they were
Well,
like at a
that
truck stop driving.
whole sausage and whole pineapple and whole pot of coffee have already worn
Hey,
out.
dude, hey, in America, those like gas station truck stop places have like deli shit like that, like ribs and shit. Like for real. There's a gas station by Trisha's work that has ribs, and I love him. I fucking love him. So good. Anyway, he's like, yeah,
Just don't eat the salads because those get you sick.
30 ribs, and he gets like a 2 liter of pop, and then like
A liter of cola.
yeah, a liter of cola is what he says. Yeah, a liter of cola.
Liter of cola. You think they spit in this burger?
Yeah. And then
Shout out to Super Troopers.
yeah, then that's right, he tackles the guy.
Dude, the brown guy from Super Troopers could be Riding Bean
Oh yeah.
with the mustache.
Danny McBride is riding Bean as Bean Bandit.
Danny McBride. Oh, dude. He'd be so good. He was in the
Pineapple
like a ton of
Express
stuff.
and
Pineapple Express. He was in that TV show Eastbound and Down.
Eastbound and Down.
Oh my god, dude.
You just
That guy is so funny.
You just got hit by a Telu Swallow. Motherfucker. He like runs them in the car.
Dude,
Just like
I still say Channing Tatum and Jennifer Lawrence. That's my picks.
There you go.
But anyway.
So
yeah.
wait, Nick, did you say what your favorite scene was?
Oh, dude. So I love the scene where they're ambushed at the mansion because they're trying to drop off the girl. And then he's like, oh, shit, we're ambushed. And then the Zenigata knockoff dude walks up to the
Percy,
car.
yeah.
Or no, was it a different guy? Might have been a
No,
different
it's
guy.
Percy. Yeah, because they get out to the gate and Percy's out there.
Yeah, and he's like talking to him, and he spits on the windshield. So then Bean.
Oh no, you're right. You're right.
His
That
car,
was before.
it's a different guy. Yeah,
That was before. Yeah.
So his Roadbuster car has this special ability where its wheels can turn perpendicular and drive sideways, and he turns that on, and fucking pins the guy against a tree and just revs the engine, and fucking just murks him.
Yeah.
It was fucking hilarious.
He like uses the wheel to like roll him upward and throw him over the fucking like, yeah, because they're
Dude,
like
that's great.
They're like the bodyguards there, and they're like trying to get him out of the car, and he's like trying to explain to them, he's like, no, we're not the bad guys. We were hired to bring her here, and blah blah blah, and they don't believe him. So he dipsits on the homie and throws the dude with the wheel, and he puts a bunch of walnuts in his mouth, and he's like,
Yeah, that's how he gets amped up.
For some unknown reason.
you kind of see
That was
him
his afternoon snack.
You kind of see him snacking on them throughout the anime, and then like when he gets pissed, he's like, "Okay, I'm just gonna crunch a bunch of these in my mouth right now to show you how pissed off I am."
Well, because if you've read Baki, you know that real strength comes from jaw strength.
Oh boy.
That's how Biscuit Oliva's so strong. His jaw is just invincible.
Shout out to last week's episode.
Oh my god.
Dude,
we're never doing a
There was a
Danny and
scene
Nick
in the
episode
Baki
ever again.
manga where Biscuit and Baki were fighting, and they were in a prison, and he's like, "All right, here's the rules. We tie our leg together, and we have to hold this handkerchief, and then we just wail on each other with the other arm, and whoever lets go of the handkerchief loses." It's so fucking manly, dude.
Oh man, I think it's on manga.
June,
I'm
the
gonna
manly
check it out.
month.
But yeah, there you go, man. Riding Bean. I think it's awesome. Fucking, you guys should just watch it. Even if you're one of those bitches like my friend Joel, who can't watch old anime, you should just watch this because it's awesome. And it's
If you're like Sam's friend Joel, then you should probably smoke a bowl and watch it. Maybe it'll be funny then.
Did you smoke a bowl while watching it, Danny?
No comment.
I know you smoked a happy cabbage. I know you.
The happy cabbage. Jesus. The real question is, when isn't Danny on the bowl? When isn't she on
the bowl?
ganja?
When I'm
She's
at
sitting on the
school.
bowl, smoking the
Hey,
bowl.
if you huff the Mara Jonas, your arms fall off. Okay.
True story.
No, they don't.
I heard if you snort the devil's lettuce, you automatically become a terrorist.
No.
That's true. Why do you think they smell bad?
Why do you think it's illegal, bro?
Mary Jane.
Why do you think it's illegal right now?
It's not illegal in California and Colorado and Portland.
And a bunch.
Well, those are filthy blue states, Danny. Think about that.
There's a reason why it's illegal.
Those are. Yeah, never mind. I was gonna go further, but I was gonna be like, those are filthy pro-choice states.
Oh God.
Oh,
You can cut that part out. That's fine. You know.
No, it's fine. We like making fun of That shit. No, maybe.
Well, tons of babies die in anime. It's fine. No big deal.
Yeah, I'll cut it out.
Wait, do they?
Please cut this out.
Anyway, there you go. Riding Bean. Tell us what you think. You should watch it. Only 40-some minutes, okay? It says that the runtime is 48 minutes, but the last 2.5 minutes are credits, so it's like 45 minutes.
Well, it's Phil Perry. You have to listen.
Phil Perry.
Right?
You got to listen to Phil Perry, dog.
It's not optional.
So what's our rating? What do we rate this?
Well, actually, hold on, Nick. What's the score on Mal before we give our...
We'll take a guess first.
Okay, I'm gonna guess before I look. I'm gonna guess it's like a 6 something. 6.8.
All right, 6.8. What about you, Danny? Unless you already looked.
I think it's like a 7.
7.0. Danny wins. Price is Right style.
Shit.
Insert the sound effect. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, it's 7.14.
7.14.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, so that's pretty good for an old anime. Like, most old anime are under 7.
It probably is also the fact that it's, Kenichi Sonoda's work. I mean, he's famous for Gunsmith Cats.
Gunsmith Cats, Bubblegum.
He's actually gotten the... I should have said this earlier. My bad. But, he's gotten the Tezuka Award, and other awards for his work and contributions to anime.
The Bazooka Award?
No, Tezuka. Osamu Tezuka.
Osamu Bazooka?
He's making fun
Obama
of
Bazooka.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
All right.
Anyway.
It's Tezuka-san. Tezuka. Come on.
It's James Camry, okay?
All right.
Let us know what you thought, though. Give it a watch.
What did we give it? We gave it like a pretty good score? Pretty good out of 10. That's what I give it.
I'm going to agree with Mal.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Mal
I think
score
that's
on that
fair.
one. What about you, Danny?
You can't give it a 10 because it's like... I mean, you could, but I can't.
It's like short and
Yeah.
pretty basic, it's not like, But I mean, it's a G story,
It's a well-deserved like A- B rating.
Oh, so it's better than Baki then. All right.
No.
You got to be consistent with
No,
your own
you
ratings,
can't,
Danny.
You can't. No, it's not better than Baki. It's an OVA, so like it's completely different. It's on a for an OVA standard. I would say it's like an A- B.
All right.
You can't put Baki and Riding Bean on the same level, because Baki is a series.
Yeah, TV anime can't compete.
So,
they don't have the
you
same
can't.
animation budget.
Yeah, that's true.
So
You can't compete it. You can't put the two like, up against each other like that.
That makes sense.
this makes me want to watch You're Under Arrest because that has really good car chases too. Have you guys ever seen those on like Sakaboru?
Yeah.
With like the police
I
cars
have
driving
not
around.
seen-
It's like unnecessary animation strain, but it's fucking awesome.
I haven't seen that. How long is it?
It's pretty long. It's like, oh no, there's a. I'm looking at the manga here. I think it's relatively long. Why is it so hard to go from manga to anime?
I don't know. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. But
There's a TV version, and I think there's an OVA. Yeah, the OVA version is probably the better animation one.
The OVA version is 4
Yeah, 94 to
episodes.
95, 4-episode OVA.
should just watch that.
That's probably the one that looks awesome.
That's probably the one
And
you're
then the
referencing,
TV
yeah.
show and then the TV show is 47 episodes.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, and this is kind of the
They
the
both
girl
have
cop style.
the OVA and the TV show have pretty good Mal score ratings.
All right. Sounds good. We should give that a watch. Anyway, let us know what you guys think of Riding Bean. Okay. Give it a watch. Only, so like I said earlier, really short. But yeah, we decided to do another
And
anniversary.
should we say what we're doing for the next episode so people get a chance to check it out?
Oh yeah, it's this
Anime Spotlight.
This month's anime spotlight. So for Hyoka. So if
Hyoka.
if you guys haven't seen
Kyoto
that,
Animation 2012.
we're at the second part of our 2012, or our second entry for 2012. So if you guys haven't seen that, watch it. Then you can listen to the episode with us and all that good stuff. So there you go, Hyoka for our 2012 anime spotlight. That being said, thank you guys for listening every week. I've been Sam. That's been Nick. That's Danny. And we've been the Anime Summit Podcast.
Have a week. That's what they say on Smodcast.
Have a week.